Yes, we're here with Chris Schalk of Google talking about how the monetization of these apps on Open Social might take place. It's still early days. People are still experimenting. You were just showing me an app on MTV, a photo buzz, where they do a little branding ad. How long do you think it's going to take before some of the app developers really start making money, and what's going to allow that to happen?
Well, it's happening rather quickly, but we're still in the early days, like you said. So already, like, containers, essentially social networking sites, are providing essentially canvas space for essentially the place where their applications run. They're essentially opening the door. It says you can monetize this particular page. Of course, it's up to each container to decide that. But at that point, it's up to the application developer to come up with their own monetization or ads type of a strategy. And so, like I said, it's still early. There's app developers that are experimenting with different ways, like whether they have just like simple text things somewhere on the page, providing click-through type of an ad, or some type of a visual way to have some advertisement. So there's like MTV, for example, is kind of now in the early phases of participating in some of these ads that you see. So like I had like one of the ads that has like a visual way of interacting with it, and you have like a little bit of branded moniker or whatever showing up and stuff like that.
Do you think we'll see any sponsored links also, as opposed to just brand ads?
Yeah. I mean, it's all the things that you would see in typical web advertising is potentially doable, providing the container is comfortable with allowing that within the application space itself, within the application canvas page, so forth.
And so far, the profile page on each of these sites has pretty much been sacred, right? And we don't think that's going to be changing. That people aren't going to be selling ads there. It'll be more on the canvas.
It's up to the container. Yeah, it's up to the sites themselves to decide their policies. But so far, what we've seen is that the profiles tend to be, ad-free, but they do open the doors a little bit on the canvas side. So just to review a little bit, typically with these social network sites, you have like a canvas page where you're viewing a single ad or a single application within like a larger space. But if you switch over to a profile view, you're typically looking at a user's profile that may actually have some ads already associated with the profile. In that case, the ad or the application, I'm sorry, I said ad, didn't I? But you would see someone's profile which has maybe some applications associated with it.
Right.
And those applications, as they render, would be typically in a much smaller type of a space. And as we've seen with the various containers, you don't necessarily want to kind of inject like ads into someone's profile page. That's more or less what we've seen so far.
But the containers are allowing some of the advertisers to put ads on the canvas.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
Okay, Chris, appreciate the update.
Sure, no problem.